and she's awesome, and I'm really happy that we fit this into her busy schedule. She just got back from Japan last week, and next month she's going on, I think, her 6th tour of Europe, so that's kind of cool. And what else? I have talking points. Oh, and you want to check out her band, The Paper Raincoat. They're amazing. They're like my favorite New York band since the gentrification of Williamsburg, I think. Which I know, like, when you don't see a friend for a while, or an artist doesn't make something for a while, you think, it's because they're directing their energies somewhere better. Not the case with me. I've pretty much been watching Netflix. So, like, there was like 4 years that I wasn't even in Brooklyn. Wow, huh? It's like a college campus now. I mean, the natives hold it down. I was in a bar in Brooklyn not long ago at like midnight, and I looked up. I mean, the music's playing, the place is happening, and all of a sudden I realized I'm the only man without a beard. That's not right. It was off-putting, and these things are all new to me. Times Square, if you're not from here, that wasn't always a mall. Brooklyn wasn't always a college campus. And the East Village used to be littered with punk kids, and I don't know where they went. I think they're living in the subway. The punk kids of my youth have become the mole people of today, which is fucked up because that's what their mom said would happen. Joey, if you don't get a haircut, you're gonna end up living in a sewer. So that's why you should check out Amber's band, The Paper Raincoat. This, I would explain this. This is my binder, and it's nice. It has the book's title on it. And in the binder, I put the poems that I might read, and then talking points in the corners, things I don't want to forget to mention. So that one said Paper Raincoat, and I talked about mole people. It's been 5 years. But I kept this, and I asked Amber if it was okay if I spoke about her when I was up here, and she said no. So Amber did this really cool show on March 1st at the Highline Ballroom, which is an awesome place, and I was so happy to be there. These guys were there with me. And when I went to buy the tickets online, this was the description they had on their website of Amber Rubarth. It says, "Take the timelessness of Patsy Cline, mix in the insatiable curiosity of Socrates, give it an edge, a roughness, refined in the spirit but raw in the performance, like someone singing in the shower. You'll start to have an idea of what makes up Amber Rubarth." They said the insatiable curiosity of Socrates. They listed that as one of your attributes. Because I know that I tell my friends, you're gonna love Amber. She's smart, she's fun, she has the insatiable curiosity of Socrates. And they say, I love that quality of people. And that's exactly the way that Amber does not write. I asked her here because I think, she has a real powerful lyrical content, and she breaks things down into simple terms, which is different than speaking simplistically. But she says some very profound things, and that's very similar to what I was just saying about what my friend Adam did that day, because if you break something down to its simplest form, you're getting into its truest form, and true is always unique, because that's just the way that we're built. And all of these artists have been very important to me, because I don't really get like writer's block. I get like an artistic loneliness, where if I'm not taking in good stuff, the poems, they still come, but they're kind of ugly, and I don't want to write them anymore. And that's, it's not to make excuses. I look around the room, and I'm really touched by a lot of familiar faces and people from years ago. So I know I have that support, and but just because something doesn't need to be heard doesn't mean you don't want to say it. I kind of hold myself accountable for 5 years without any art or words, and obviously there was some dark times involved, fear and loss, and you can get stuck in those places and those feelings. And I began to find that the key to freedom lies in love and creation, but that it can't lie. And when you feel like everybody's staring, and so I snapped, and I named them. So I called it the Snap in G minor, the key of tragic consummation. And at the time, all I was listening to was Elliott Smith. I remember looping his song between the bars and saying it was never ours to cage. I shut my phone off for days, and it went a little wacky there. I think we need to start listening in context. Elliot Smith stabbed himself in the chest twice, pulled it out, put it back in. Nobody saw that coming, though. Biggie named his album Ready to Die. Kurt Cobain, I think he may have cried for help once or twice. But we need to start listening in context. Before he died, my friend Ryan issued the following apology. He said, "For all of you I have offended over the years, I am sorry. I only wanted to make you feel." And it's a good thing to do. An apology like that is a noble thing. But I was struck by the fact that Ryan was an incredible artist himself. He was a fierce novelist, a beautiful songwriter, and an incomparable poet. And this young man had found 1,000 different ways to express his pain. But he didn't say that he was trying to make himself feel better. He said that he was trying to make us feel. And I think Ryan understood something of the difference between sadness and loneliness. And after 5 years, you start to realize that sadness is always a lack of beauty. Always. And love is better served as something that you give than something that you seek. Before he died, the brilliant poet Jim Carroll said, "My voice is a quiver, and a quiver is where you keep arrows until you shoot them." And I think he's talking a little bit about the inevitable. And